This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
We raise the bar on bar food with sandwiches, tenders, and
burgers.
There's more where this came from. To the greatest of all times, Buffalo Wild Wings.
BNC has been here for over 25 years.
We're still a community bank that's there for you.
When you come in with your business plan, your vision, your idea, we can make it a reality.
I love seeing projects come alive for our clients.
We're real people helping real people.
We know you, and we're always happy to see you.
We build relationships. You're part of the BNC family.
We are part of the community.
It's what we're built on.
Yours truly, BNC.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zzz, zzz?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance? If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
With 26 flavors, got a sauce for every squad. Don't drip on the drip. The greatest of all times, Buffalo Wild Wings.
You have built an amazing life by working hard and doing your job well. Delivering financial advice is what we do well. At Ameriprise Financial, our job is to use our skills, experience, and research to help you become more successful in today's economy. What we want you to walk away from each encounter with is satisfaction in knowing that together, we've done what we can to help you work toward a better future.
Thanks for buying some fruit.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, talk to State Farm agent Michael Lebron in Minot today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Carson, timeout.
Who calls a timeout in this game?
Me, I'm icing the kicker.
Really?
It'll give us more time to talk about First Western Bank and Trust.
Like our convenient online banking.
Along with smart trust service options.
We're all about hometown service with bankers that know you and the community.
Okay, go ahead and kick.
I don't believe this.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
time for the Scotty K Show, presented by Spicy Pie. Let's go live to the pie for the Scotty K Show. Here's Scotty K.
Well, good evening and welcome everyone to the Scotty K Show live from the Spicy Pie. And this Wednesday night, it's tournament time here in North Dakota with Class B girls region tournaments are going to be wrapping up tomorrow night across the state of North Dakota with the state hockey, boys hockey tournament coming up this weekend. Nick Hallberg in Grand Forks to bring you action from there. We've got District 12 boys basketball, which will start on Friday here in the city of Minot. We've got State B girls next week. We've got State girls hockey next week. State wrestling wrapped up last week. And speaking of that, we will talk with Justin Racine, the head coach of the Minot High Magicians. We'll talk about how they fared in the state. We'll also talk about some area kids that won state championships, including a kid from Bishop Ryan. We're going to talk a lot of basketball here tonight and some wrestling. I'm going to get a chance. I did get a text back from him today. Matt Murkin, I texted him yesterday and said, "Hey, Matt, hey, I'd like to have you stop by the show tomorrow night. If win or lose in Marshall, Minnesota, I'd like to have you stop by and talk to me." And he says, "I'd be all happy to if we get back to town." He did give me a text today. They did get back to town and fought the weather. You know, we look outside here. Brody Bosch, the head coach of the Bishop Ryan Lions, joins me. We look outside here. Yeah, it's cold outside. We understand that, but it's North Dakota, Brody. But I understand in talking to some people in the southern part of the state, it's not very nice down there.
Oh, yeah, it always could be worse.
So let's feel fortunate with what we've got here. Hey, I'll tell you what, Brody, a great regular season for you. You guys open up district play on Friday at the City Auditorium. Quarterfinals of the District 12 tournament that you can watch and hear here in the PSP network. Ryan, the third-ranked team in the state, 17-2 in the year. They will open the tournament against Berthold. Our Redeemers against Surrey, Delax Burlington against Glenbard, Mohall, Lansford, Sherwood, and South Prairie will come out with loser out in semifinals on Saturday, and then the region qualifiers and championship game on Monday. Brody, give me your impressions. Your regular season's over, 17-2 on the year. You knew you were looking for a good year. You got to be happy where you're at right now.
Yeah, we had a good year. Those 2 losses were good for us. Just kind of show us where we were at. One that was earlier in the season and then one that came a little later. So they're kind of good timing losses that I think we learned pretty good from. And then we beat a really good Beulah team to finish out the year and a really good Powers Lake team. So we ended on a pretty good note going into district.
So you like where your team is right now?
Yeah, we do. We do.
You know, I saw you play at Christmas time over the holiday break, getting beat on that last-second shot by Thompson. And, you never want to lose as a coach, but that might have been a turning point, a really good loss for you at that time of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. That early season loss, that kind of shows where our youth kind of showed during that one, and just being a brand new season and the second game into the year, we were still figuring things out. But Thompson was a great team, and then the later loss to Trinity was a good one too.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about your team. We talked about it earlier in the year when I had you on. Got a lot of veterans back, a lot of experience, but you're trying to incorporate some newer kids into your system at that time. And I tell you what, you like your depth right now?
Yeah, we got a lot of depth, a lot of kids that can play. We seem to always get tighter coming down to tournament time just to keep those veterans in there. And now that they're more in shape and things like that, but we got a lot of seniors that play. We only have one junior, but then that sophomore group's a big class too. Yeah, a lot of kids that can play.
Brody, you look at your team. You're favored on paper. If anybody looks at it, they're saying, "Hey, we're going to breeze through the state tournament or through the district tournament." But you know what? It's tournament time. You've been around it when you were at our Redeemers and now at Ryan. You can't take anybody for granted. I don't care. You might be playing a team that's 1-18 to start the tournament. you can't look by them, can you?
No, absolutely not. Berthold, they may only have one win, but they're a good team. They got a great coach. I don't think they're going to come into the tournament and just lay down. I don't think any of these teams are. And obviously, this is our last District 12 tournament. So I think everybody wants the shot of being the last District 12 champions before everything changes.
All right, yeah, with the 3-class system coming on and thing, I think there's going to be a lot of changes in North Dakota. And I'm not going to get into that with you. I'll talk to your administrators about that because we could talk about that for a half hour, the pros and cons and what you think is good and what you think isn't good. But all you're focused on is the postseason and getting to Bismarck the third weekend in March.
Correct. We're going to take it one game at a time, start with Berthold and go from there. We're only promised 2 games right now, so we got to focus on getting 2.
Hey, Brody, let's talk about the field here. You've got your opponent, 1-18. Glenburn has struggled a little bit this year. You don't have a lot of teams in your district that are over 500 record-wise, except for yourselves and the team, the number 2 team, the team that everybody thought would be right there with you in Des Lacs Burlington, who has won some big games, but they've also lost to some people. But I'll tell you what, everybody will say it comes down to Ryan and DLB, and you probably think the same way, but you can't. You just can't at tournament time in North Dakota in high school basketball just say, okay, we know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you can't ever think that way. I mean, no matter what these records are with these teams, it's District 12. It's always can be chaotic. There's a lot of good teams. I think our Redeemers is right there with everybody.
I think on a night, Mohall, Lansford, Sherwood.
I think Mohall is. They got a lot of good athletes too.
And you know what I'm saying, and doing some of the prep work that I'm doing for the district tournament, they talk about that our Redeemers, and I've known Brock Teets forever and ever and ever. I mean, I did his games back when he played in high school. He sent me an email with some information on his kids. He says, hey, we were young at the beginning of the year, but you know what? We're playing our best basketball right now, and that's, as a coach, that's what you want to be doing. And with Brock, you don't want to look by him at all.
No, Brock's the best in the area. He's always got, doesn't matter what kind of athletes he has, he knows how to get kids to work hard and be in the right spots, and it really shows year in and year out why he's always successful with whatever team he is, wherever he's at.
Hey, Brody, talk about your team. We talked about the depth, but is there certain people who you look to that are going to be your scorers for you?
Yeah, obviously Brady and Ian Johnson are our top 2. And Ramsey, I guess him and Ian actually switch every once in a while. They average about 14 each. Brady's obviously our go-to over the past 3 years right now, but everybody knows that. And what I think's really good for us is that everybody else, you saw Carson Murk in the state tournament last year
exactly.
really develop. Ramsey, only a sophomore, Jet. Lundeen, anybody who steps on the court for us can really score the ball.
Well, I look at it. I look at your starting lineup, and I'm just assuming that your 5 that are going to start, but you got a all-state quarterback, an all-state football player. That Jet Ledeen is probably your first guy off the bench. That's a pretty good luxury to have, isn't it, Coach Bosch?
Oh yeah. Jet would be starting on.
He'd be starting on pretty much everybody else's team.
Yeah. He's probably one of the best 6 men in the state. And then obviously we have Connor Thompson back from injury, and that's huge, especially on the rebounds, and all the dirty work that he does for us is just outstanding.
Well, I'll tell you what, Connor's. I know him well enough, and I know his dad well enough. He's just got to be excited to be able to get back out here, and now we're in the tournament time, and he gets a chance to maybe go back to a state tournament. He's got to be just chomping at the bit to get going.
Yeah, he's pretty sick of sitting on the bench for a whole year. And we're just so happy that he's able to have one more year, and he's just taking advantage of it. And
one last question I want to ask you, Brody, and we talked about before we went on the air. You always worry about, everybody's got bumps and bruises at this time of the year. I mean, it's late in the season. You played 19 basketball games. You've been beating up on each other at practices. So the bumps and bruises are going to be there. But other than that, you're pretty healthy, you were telling me.
We are pretty healthy. We did lose Christian Lormajust. He's got something with his foot. Not sure yet, but I don't know if we'll see him in the district tournament. Hopefully he can get a clear by regionals, but got to get there first.
All right, you got to get out of the district first, and you open up the tournament 3 o'clock on Friday at the City Auditorium against Berthold. Again, all 11 games from that District 12 tournament will be broadcast video and audio-wise here on the PSP network. I'll have the chance to do the first couple of days, and then we'll find out what happens next week. But I want to wish you the best of luck, Brody. Thank you for joining me. I know it's a busy time of the year. I'm going to let you go back and do whatever you have to do to get ready for Friday. But good luck on Friday, and we'll see you on Friday.
Thanks, Scotty.
All right, that's Brody Bosch, the head coach of the Bishop Ryan Lions. Hart, is it all right if I take Justin before you? Okay, I just want to make sure you're not in a hurry. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to talk wrestling here in just a bit, but let's go through some of the things that are going on in district basketball. We do have 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 6 districts that'll start on Friday across the state of North Dakota in Class B boys basketball. After we finish up the girls, we'll talk about the girls regional. Hart Andes, the head coach of the Our Redeemers Knights, who will play in the championship game of Region 6 tomorrow. He is going to be here a little bit later. We also have Matt Murkin, who will join us. Big win for the Beavers last night in 3 overtimes in Marshall, Minnesota, against Southwest Minnesota State. Let's go through the pairings of the tournaments in our viewing area, or our listening area and viewing area, I guess, as far as the Class B districts. As I mentioned, District 12 that you can watch here on the PSP network and also listen to. It will be opening game on Thursday. We'll have Bishop Ryan against Berthold. Our Redeemers against Surrey. Deluxe Burlington against Glenburn, and Mohole Ansford Sherwood against South Prairie. In District 11 at Botno, quarterfinals, West Hope Newburgh, the number 1 seed, will receive a bye. It'll be Botno against Towner Granville, Upham Rugby, and Drake Animus, Belva against Nedrose. In District 15 out in Mandaree, White Shield gets a bye. Trinity Christian will take on Alexander. Partial North Shore Plaza will take on Mandaree. And Trenton and Newtown in District 16 at Ray. Quarterfinals, Stanley and Powers Lake will receive first-round byes. Kenmare will go against Tioga, Divide County against Ray. That all starts on Friday. There's also districts starting on Friday in Jamestown and Hazleton in District 5 and District 6. We're going to take a break here on the Scotty K Show. Want to let you know the February Pizza of the Month at the Spicy Pie for a couple, 3, 4 more days is the Jalapeno Popper Deluxe. It includes cream cheese, pepperoni, jalapenos, and bacon, all topped with sweet Thai chili sauce. We'll come back. We're going to recap what happened at the state wrestling tournament last week in Fargo. We got Justin Racine, the head coach of the Minot High Magicians, will join us. We'll do that when we come back right after this on the Scotty K Show, live from the Spicy Pie. Spicy Pie, a great place to take the family out for lunch or dinner. Spicy Pie is much more than jumbo pizza slices. They offer a wide variety of menu items, including grinders, wings, tacos, salads, flatbreads, and even desserts. And remember, you can try any of your favorite toppings on a gluten-friendly 10-inch crust. Dine in or carry out. A new pizza creation added to the menu every month. Bringing New York-style pizza to the North Dakota Prairie. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
Great smiles come from Vibeto Orthodontics. Vibeto Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibetoOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibeto Orthodontics.
Thanks for buying some fruit.
Well, back here at the Spicy Pie, the Scotty K Show, as we continue. Matt Murkin, the head coach of the Minot High men's basketball team, will join me later. They move on, or they're leaving, or will go to Sioux Falls this weekend for the NSIC postseason tournament with a big win last night. Hart Andes, who is the first-year head coach at our Redeemers, taking the Lady Knights, are going to the championship game of Region 6. We'll get a chance to talk to him. We want to tell you the February Pizza of the Month again at the Spicy Pie is the Jalapeno Popper Deluxe, including cream cheese, pepperoni, jalapenos, and bacon, all topped with sweet Thai chili sauce. With me now is Justin Racine, head coach of the Minot High boys wrestling team. Their state wrestling tournament was held last week in Fargo, combined with the Class B boys and also the combined class or the girls tournament. Justin, thanks for joining me tonight. I wish I could have got a chance before the tournament to get you back on, but it's a busy time for you and that sort of thing. Kind of give me a synopsis of how you feel as you look back at last week, and did you accomplish the goals that you wanted to accomplish?
Yeah, I think our goals, we didn't quite get to what we wanted to. We want to be a top 4 team in the individual. A lot of parity in the state this year. Pretty evenly spread. The East is caught back up with the West a little bit, and so we ended up 8th, and we felt we could have got a little bit higher than that. But individually, we had some guys that reached their goals, and that was important to us. Coming down to the dual tournament, we ended up 5th, and that's a pretty good goal with the team we got. So. Every state tournament there's some ups and there's some downs, and you got to focus on the ups. So
Justin, let's talk about it. You had 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 kids that finished in the top 8, and we'd have to talk about the number 1 kid individually is your state titleist in Gabe Mortensen at 132. And I had an opportunity a year ago to do some of his matches here on the PSP network. Congratulations to him. Well deserved for him.
Well deserved for sure. He puts a lot of time and effort in the off season. He's a gym rat that loves the weight room and is constantly wrestling. So we always tell our guys, you get out what you put in, and he's put in a lot and he's got a lot out. So well deserved.
You had a state runner-up and a kid that hasn't been wrestling too long, but he's a pretty good athlete. He's a good football player. He's going to play a little football at Northern State of Aberdeen, South Dakota next year. At 220, Caden Turnbull turns in a state runner-up position. He might have been a little bit more disappointed. He might have thought maybe I could win a state title, but you know what? He's number 2 in the state. Yeah,
Caden came on. He's only wrestled for 3 years, and he ran into a guy that has wrestled for since he was little, and just knew more about wrestling than Caden, and he battled hard, but we came up a little short in that match.
All right, and then a third placer from Daniel Fernandez at 138. You also had a 5th place from Dadarius Jones at 170. A 6th place by David Lamos and Evan Berg. A 7th place by Max Cunningham, Aiden Keelan, and Ty Burton with 8th place. So you had 9 kids that did place in the top 8 in the state. I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at, is it?
No, that's a good number to have. In 14 weights, we placed 9. Had a couple guys come up just a match short, but that's a good building for next year. So we're gonna lose a few seniors out of that crew, but we're hoping that some of these younger guys are gonna step up, and this is a good stepping stone to get into the placement this year.
And Justin, that's what I want to ask you next. I mean, as you look back at this year, and you've got all these leaders that were leaders for you this year, I know that we talked last year that your numbers are up in wrestling on the boys' side at Minot High. This should just bode well for down the road for you guys as a program.
Yeah, for sure. Some of these guys are younger guys that got on the podium. We got a really good sophomore class that we talked yesterday in a team meeting about putting the time in, and those guys hopefully will be our class that we're leaning on for the next 2 years. So that's going to be important.
And that's the thing about it is, in this day and age, it's not, you just don't go to the wrestling room when wrestling starts and then at the end of the year, you're done. I don't care what sport it is. I don't care if it's football, basketball, hockey, whatever it is. This is a year-round deal, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Another saying that we always tell our guys is, if you're a 3-month wrestler, you can't be disappointed in February. You gotta put the time in, and I'm a big multi-sport coach. I want our kids to play multi-sport, but when we're talking off season, it's the weight room. It's getting in some matches, as many as they can. I don't necessarily think they need to live it, but they need to put some work in.
And I like I've talked to enough coaches, and I was around the block back in the day where you probably were. If you didn't play 3 sports, you probably played football but in this day and age, I like the fact that you're a coach that likes your kids to go out and participate in other sports. If they're not going to, then I want you to hit the weight room. But kids that participate in other sports are just only going to gain more and more confidence down the road.
Yeah, I coach football at Minot High as well, and it's super important. I think that I will never discount the weight room, but competing is more important. I think the kids learn to compete is so important, and typically your best athletes that play multiple sport, they find the time for the weight room as well. So it's super important, and like I said, I'll never discount that. One of our up and coming kids, he's a 3-sport athlete, and I'd never ask him not to do that.
Justin, the other thing I've seen over the years since I've been in this business is that you're the head wrestling coach at Minot High, but it's a year-round thing for you too. You're going to be involved with some of the summer programs, and in the way that things have just blown up over the years with the summer camps and everything like that. I know there's some people out there who say, well, you got to give the kids a break. You got to let them get away. I understand that, but in this day and age, to get better, you got to be better, and you got to work at it.
Yeah, for sure. For me, it never stops. We got little kids going on. I coach at the Dakota Rattlers, and my kids are in there, and we got record numbers in there, so it never stops. But yeah, those kids, a good break is to play another sport. You get, you're out of the grind of wrestling and maybe playing baseball or track or football. So that's super important.
All right, 5th in the duel, 8th in the individual, and you can just build on that. I know you've got some kids you're going to lose, but you've got a good core coming back, don't you? The cupboard isn't bare at Minot High, is it?
No, there's like I said, our sophomore class is pretty good, and we got a couple of freshmen there that placed. So we got some guys that are gonna hopefully fill those spots.
Okay, and just want to just get a comment from you. I know you're not involved as a coach with the girls program that just started a year ago. Minot High girls finished 3rd in the dual tournament, 2nd in the individual tournament with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 placers. 3 of them were number 2. I'll tell you what, that program is just jetted out, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've been wanting to get the girls program going for quite a while, and we finally got it going the last couple of years here, and those girls have shown that they enjoy the sport, and the sport's growing, so it's fun to watch.
Hey, would you do me a favor? I know the weather is horrible road-wise down south. It's cold here. We'll live with it. Can you give me just a little break in the action in the next couple of days where it's going to warm up? Yeah, I know it's going to warm up. Hey, I tell you what, Justin, thanks a lot for everything you do for Minot High and football and wrestling. And We'll talk down the road. Thanks a lot.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Scott.
All right, that's Justin Racine, the head coach of the Minot High boys team. Let's go through. As I mentioned, the girls finished third in the dual tournament and second in the individual tournament. They had 3 or 4 runner-ups. Helly Nash at 115, Kiera Aguilar at 145, Adriana Aguilar at 155, and Danija Moore at 250. They had a 4th-place winner, Kylie Yetter at 125. 3 5th-place winners, Elizabeth Mortensen at 105, 135, Haley Carr, and 190, Jadence Fletcher. And then a 6th place from Sadie Richmond at 170, and Caitlin Better took 8th. At 140, there was one area state title. Now, you got to remember, class or girls is not divided between Class A and B. It might be down the road, but right now it's all one division. Emma Buey of Deluxe Burlington won the state title at 170. Quickly in Class B, Velva finished 5th in the dual tournament, 4th in the individual tournament while Bishop Ryan was 5th in the individual tournament. And we had 3 area state champions. At 132, Carson Hildry of Velva. At 195, Braden Selzler of Velva. And at 285, Coy Oakenson, who's going to be around for a while. He is from Bishop Ryan. We're going to take a break. The February pizza of the month at the Spicy Pie is a jalapeno popper deluxe. It includes cream cheese, pepperoni, jalapenos, and bacon, all topped with sweet Thai chili sauce. We're going to talk some Region 6 girls basketball when we come back. It's the Scotty K Show live from the Spicy Pie. We're back right after this. Looking for a great place to take the family?
Thanks, Choose Spicy
Appreciate
Pie.
It.
They offer a wide variety of menu items.
They give you enough time to finish your pizza?
Including jumbo slices, 18-inch pies, grinders, wings, tacos, salads, flatbread, and
yeah, exactly.
Desserts.
I understand
Join
what you're
them
saying.
for Taco Thursday with discounts on all Mexican items, including $1.50 tacos. Enjoy their Epic 14 football season special. Get any one topping 18-inch pie for only $14 with promo code EPIC14. Dine in or carry out, bringing New York-style pizza to the North Dakota prairie. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
BNC has been here for over 25 years.
We're still a community bank that's there for you.
When you come in with your business plan, your vision, your idea, we can make it a reality.
I love seeing projects come alive for our clients.
We're real people helping real people.
We know you, and we're always happy to see you.
We build relationships. You're part of the BNC family.
We are part of the community.
It's what we're built on.
Yours truly, BNC.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Welcome back here to the Scotty K Show live from the Spicy Pie on this Wednesday night, the night before the championship at the not just the Class B Region 6 girls tournament, but at 7 regions across the state of North Dakota. 1 region, well, actually 6 will play title games tomorrow night. Region 1 will play Friday, and Region 3, because of some postponements, they'll play their semifinals tomorrow and then their finals on Saturday or on Friday. Let's go through the matchups for the title games in all the regions. Region 1 at Fargo, that'll be on Friday. Number 3 Central Cass against Northern Cass. Region 2 at Grand Forks, number 1 ranked Thompson against Grafton. Region 3, we have semifinals being played tomorrow night. Kidder County against Linton HMB, and Edgeley Calm Montpelier against Carrington. Region 4 championship tomorrow night in Devil's Lake has Langdon Edmore Munich against North Prairie. Region 5 at Mandana, one that I'm looking forward to. Number 5 Shiloh Christian against number 8 Garrison in that championship game. Looking forward to this one, the one that I'll have the call on tomorrow night here in the PSP Network. Our Redeemers from District 12 against number 4 Rugby. And then Region 7 has Bowman County against Grant County Mount Regent. And in Region 8, Kenmare Bowbells, the number 2 ranked team in the state, will take on Tioga. As of right now, we know that we'll have 3 teams, different teams from 3 different regions. Kindred, the state champion, is out of the running. They will not play in the region championship, so we'll have a new one from Region 1, Region 6, and Region 7. Possibility we'll have some others, but that's how it all works out in Class B girls basketball, the state tournament here in the Magic City at the Dome. Next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we'll have digital audio of that entire tournament here on the PSP Network. Joining me now is the head coach of the Our Redeemer Knights, the number 1 team from District 12, who has a tall order tomorrow night. They will take on the Rugby Panthers, the number 4 ranked team in the state, traditionally one of the best teams in Region 6 in the championship or in the over the years. Hart Andes, the first-year head coach, joins me. Hart, tell you what, your heart's going to have to be going a little, pumping a little bit right now, getting ready for that game tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a battle no matter what. But the girls are ready. We've prepared for this all year. We've proven everyone wrong all year so far, and we look to keep doing that tomorrow.
Well, I'll tell you what, I thought you guys were very impressive last night against Botno, a team that you beat by 2 during the regular season. I know you don't put a lot of stock in games during the regular season because you're doing a lot of different things during the course of the year. But I tell you what, you guys just kind of stymied them. And I know a lot of people were talking about that Botno's link might bother you. You guys took care of that, didn't you?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, first game we played them, we shot a little rough, but we came out yesterday, and I thought we really found ourselves in districts. In districts, we went from just being a team to being a family, and honestly, it's carried over into regionals, and just that teamwork has helped us achieve our goals so far.
And the thing I got to ask you, being a first-year head coach coming in, you knew about Maya Vibeto, you knew about the Greedle girl. I think you knew a little bit about the Braun girl, although she's young. The Altringer girl, who seems to be been around the Our Redeemers program for the last 20 years, and I don't mean that in a mean way, Elise. But she's always there. You knew you had some talent coming back, but you being a first-year head coach, maybe having a little bit different philosophy than the former head coach, it took some time to build that chemistry, didn't it?
It really did, yeah. It's like we almost restarted from scratch. We worked on a lot of new things, a lot of new moves for the girls, worked on fundamentals, just different things like that to build it up. And like I said, by the time districts hit, we really found ourselves, and we're in our stride right now.
Hart, when you look at it, now we look at coaches around the area. I know you played a lot of high school basketball. You were a pretty good offensive player when you played. I'm not saying you were bad defensively. But over the years, the 40-plus years I've been in this business, I talked to coaches. Good example. I'll be honest with you, and I'll say it out loud, and I don't care if he calls me out on it. Dean Winchesky played at Bishop Ryan. All he wanted to do was shoot the basketball. Now, as a coach, all he wants to do is kids to play defense. Yep. Offense can win games, but defense wins championships, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course. From my first day, I've told the girls, you're going to have to give me 100%, and that starts on the defensive end, because you can be as good as you want on offense, but if you don't play defense, it just doesn't matter. You're not going to win games, and like I said, that's just where it starts.
Well, I want to ask you this question. When you look at rugby, rugby traditionally has been traditionally one of the powers in Region 6. They went to several state tournaments. They missed a couple in the last, and coached by a longtime coach that I know she breeds defense too, and she's a veteran crew this year.
Yep.
What scares you the most going up against them tomorrow in that championship game?
Honestly, nothing, because they have a good team, but I honestly think we have a better team. And I think as long as we come out, we play our tough defense, play our brand of basketball that we've played all year, there's nothing to be scared about, and my girls, they feel the same way as well.
You know, Hart, I look at it, you look at rugby, and they all talk about the Heidelberg girl, but boy, they've got other weapons offensively. The Hager girl comes out big last night. You got the Wolf girl who can score. The Junt girl, and they're so. I tell you what, they're senior oriented. They're the ones that have the arrow on their back, or so to speak. You guys can go in there loosey-goosey tomorrow night, can you?
Oh, yeah. We got nothing to lose. Like I said, most people didn't think we'd be in this position that we are right now, and we've proven them wrong, and that's what we're going to do tomorrow night as well. We're going to prove everybody wrong.
Hart, we know that your two key people as far as scoring is Maya Vibeto, your point guard, and also your post player, Emily Greedle, and I know you look to get them the ball and get them their shots. But I think maybe a big key tomorrow night is going to be the supporting cast.
Oh, yeah.
Leah Conway last night hit 2 shots in the second half that were huge. Scored 4 points. It showed up in the box score, but nobody knows how important that was.
Yeah.
Elise Altringer could have just as well been our MVP last night. Gets you 10 points. And the thing I like about Elise is she just loves her role with the Knights. She'll play. She'll defend the best player. She'll score when she can. She'll rebound, that sort of thing. It's got to be a luxury for you and just a fun time for you to coach a young lady like her.
Yeah, of course. And like you said, Maya and Aubrey, they've been two big
They're
scorers.
going to get all the press. I know that.
Right. But it's what Elise, Kaden, Leah, Isabel, and Michaela, Hannah,
whoever you bring,
whoever I bring in off the bench. It doesn't show up in the box score, but what they do on the bench, the energy they bring, it's just everything is great. And that ties right back into that family atmosphere that we've had.
You bet. And we've talked about the Altringer girl, we talked about the Conway girl, and we know about Vibeto and Greedle. The other one, and she's only, an 8th grader, and I watched her sister play, now playing some volleyball over at Minot State, and her mom and dad have always told me that Caden was going to be the better basketball player than Kendall. Caden does a lot of nice things. She doesn't look to score a lot. She's going to be somebody that you're going to have to look to score down the road as she grows older. But right now, she's accepted what she needs to do.
Oh, yeah, and she's stepped into that role, and she's came and earned her spot this year. And what she like you said, she may not score, but she brings a great attitude, and she really helps our offense keep moving. And she's done a great job, and I believe that she's going to do a great job tomorrow as well.
Do you worry about jitters with this group of kids? I know that Vibeto's been there, Greedle's been there, Eltringer's been there, Braun's been there a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you worry about them being a little bit too pumped up to start the game tomorrow night?
Oh, you can never be too pumped up, in my opinion. But no, they have great experience. They've been in this situation many times with state volleyball. Elise was swimming.
Exactly.
So they've been here before, and I thought honestly they were going to be a little nervous yesterday. I came and they were just as jacked up as I was. So it's great to see, and it translated to the game, and it will tomorrow as well.
Will you have some butterflies there, first-year head coach?
I honestly thought I was gonna, but no. I've come in, and I love the game of basketball. I love the girls, and when you love something like that, it just comes natural. So.
It's going to be a great experience for you. You love the experience of coaching. I don't care if it's young ladies or young guys. It's a chance for you to get out there and give back to the sport that gave you so much as you were growing up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, enjoy it, embrace it, Hart. I wish you guys the best of luck, and we'll be here on the PSP Network. We might, you know what? You win that thing tomorrow night, we might bring you upstairs and have a little interview with you.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Hart. Good luck tomorrow night, and we'll talk to you down the road.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. That's Hart Andes. He is the head girls coach at our Redeemers. They will play the Rugby Panthers for this Region 6 basketball title in a trip to the state tournament, which will be held right here in the Magic City at the MSU Dome starting next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We still got to talk Minot State basketball. We got to give you an update on what's going on with the Class A basketball, with some games being postponed last night. Want to let you know the February pizza of the month at Spicy Pie is the Jalapeno Popper Deluxe. It includes cream cheese, pepperoni, jalapenos, and bacon, all topped with sweet Thai chili sauce. We'll come back. Matt Murkin will join us. We'll talk Class A basketball, college basketball, and we'll set you up for the state boys hockey tournament in Grand Forks starting tomorrow. We'll do that when we come back on the Scotty K Show, live here from the Spicy Pie.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Spicy Pie, a great place to take the family out for lunch or dinner. Spicy Pie is much more than jumbo pizza slices. They offer a wide variety of menu items, including grinders, wings, tacos, salads, flatbreads, and even desserts. And remember, you can try any of your favorite toppings on a gluten-friendly 10-inch crust. Dine in or carry out. A new pizza creation added to the menu every month. Bringing New York-style pizza to the North Dakota Prairie. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
If your eyes could talk, they'd tell you life is better with LASIK. No more reaching for your glasses. No more dry eye from overwearing your contact lenses. Right now, Bismarck LASIK is offering free consultations for LASIK procedures. Break free from the daily hassles and expenses of glasses and contacts. Life is clearly better. Book your free consultation today with Bismarck LASIK and see the difference. Call 222-2020 or schedule online at bismarcklasik.com.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
Well, welcome back here to the Scotty K Show live from the Spicy Pie. Found one final guest here tonight, the February pizza of the month at the Spicy Pie is the Jalapeno Popper Deluxe. It includes cream cheese, pepperoni, jalapenos, and bacon, all topped with sweet Thai chili sauce. Last show here in February. We'll be back for 4 more shows in March before we'll take a hiatus for the summer months and maybe hopefully come back next fall with a full schedule of shows. Again, I do want to let you know that we have Region 6 girls basketball tomorrow night here on the PSP Network, not just from here in Minot, but also from Region 5 down in Bismarck. And we have bonus coverage tomorrow. We'll have hockey from the state hockey tournament, the boys hockey tournament starting tomorrow. Nick Hallberg made his way down to Grand Forks. I think he is in the got his way down there, took his family down for the weekend, and he will carry tomorrow the Minot High West Fargo Cheyenne game and then the Legacy quarterfinal game tomorrow here on the PSP network. That will be digital audio only, as we are not authorized to be able to do the video part of it. We'll talk a little bit more about all of what's going on across the PSP network in a bit, but boy, I'm happy to be able to bring in Matt Murkin, the head coach of the Minot State men's basketball team. Big win yesterday. We're going to talk about it here in a bit, but I texted him yesterday and I said, Matt, can you maybe jump on the show tomorrow night and visit about your game and about your season, that sort of thing? And he says, yeah, if we don't get snowed in. Hey, you got back safe and sound. I know you had some bus troubles, and I know you were driving through some tough things down there, but you made it home, maybe a little later than you wanted to, but you're safe and sound, and boy, I don't think you wanted to get stranded.
No, we're happy we made it back. It was quite a trip for us, a lot of excitement. We took off, I don't even know. We took off Friday to head down and play Saturday in Aberdeen. So we took off Friday, played Northern State Saturday, got back about 2 in the morning on Sunday morning. Had a tough 3-point loss to those guys, and then we find out they're going to move our game up to Tuesday because of this snowstorm that's happening in South Dakota and Minnesota. So we took off Monday. So on the bus Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then we broke down over in Mayville and hung out there for a while. We were able to make it to Fargo. Got on the bus and headed down to Marshall and got in a few hours before the game and played the game, and then we played 3 overtimes before we won the game, and then headed back and got back about 2 in the morning again. So 2 in the morning this morning, and then we'll be probably back on the bus tomorrow. So that'll be our 6th straight day, and then Friday our 7th straight day, and Saturday our 8th straight day on the bus. So,
but you know what? I don't think you mind that now because you're still playing basketball.
That's exactly what we want to be doing, is playing basketball and continuing to advance in the playoffs. So it was a wild, you can't have a 3 overtime game without having a bunch of wild stuff happen.
And we're going to talk about that. I watched portions of the first half in and out when I was to start doing some prep work for the Region 6 tournament. And then I got to the Dome and we're getting set up. I got everything set. I said, you know what? Let's go see what's going on. And you were in the first overtime. I think you were about a minute or 2 in the first overtime. And you guys kind of had taken control of the basketball game and thinking, okay, we're going to win. And some really weird things happened in those 3 overtimes, didn't it, Coach? And you said even at the end of regulation, some really weird things happened.
Yeah, we didn't. We've had a, you and I have talked a lot about having a younger team and still learning how to close off those close ones. And we still made some mistakes, and we had to play a lot longer than we should have to win that game. But we did a good job, even though we made mistakes, of recovering quickly and being ready for the next play, enough to always, stay in the game, and then finally finish it off at the end in the 3rd overtime with a shot at the buzzer to win it. We had a shot to win it in overtime in regulation in the 1st overtime, the 2nd overtime, and then we finally made it in the 3rd overtime. Finally knocked in the last shot of the game and won the game. And
well, we looked at that last shot. We watched it. We watched the replay. It probably wasn't the jumper that Cameron Dunphy was looking for. It was pretty off balance and that sort of thing. But you know what? It may not have looked pretty off his hands, but it was pretty when it went through the net.
Yeah, it finished right through the bottom of the net. So, we needed that. Like I said, we've had a lot of close ones, and happy for the guys on our team. Cam had a shot to beat them a month ago when we played them here in the Dome, and he missed that. That one was wide open, and he had a shot to tie right at the end of regulation against Minnesota State Moorhead, another ranked team, and missed that one. So I'm glad he got a chance to knock that one in and advance us on to the Pentagon. And it's been a lot of fun. The guys sure just, I think they they sure celebrated, and it was great to see them see some success for the work that they put in, because we're coming off, I don't remember the last time I talked to you, but I think we had just played Duluth, and they've been ranked on enough all year, and we're heading to the last 2 minutes and lose, and then Moorhead, same thing, and then Northern, we lose by 3, have the ball and can't tie it at the buzzer. So all 3 ranked teams down to the final possession and weren't able to finish it off. So hopefully we're learning and growing and building some experience for not only the rest of this year, but then the future as well, of how to win those games and how to knock off good teams.
Well, you had great balance last night. Kari Broadway with 19, Ben Bowl 18, Cameron Dumphy 15, and then Jalen Cook and Jackson Genville 9. And that's what you look for as a coach. You want that balance, don't you?
Yeah, we have a lot of depth this year, and a lot of guys are kind of averaging between that 14 to 9 points, and really good game from Ben last night. Helped us out a lot, and he's been rounding into form too. And then Jackson and Jalen off the bench have been kind of our instant offense off the bench, and those two both knocked in, I think, 3 threes last night. 9 points each, so you got to keep it going. We're just excited to play Northern State again on Saturday now, and we've had some battles with them in the past, down in the Pentagon as well, and in the playoffs for the NSIC back when they were a top 5 team in the country a few years ago, and had a heck of a game down there that time, and we're excited to play them again, that's for sure.
Matt, I got to ask you a question, and I don't mean to beat a dead horse or be Debbie Downer here, but we were sitting there, we were watching it, and we were watching live stats as long as watching the game itself, and at one time you had one offensive rebound in the game, and this was late. You ended up with 3. Have you ever coached a team where you get 3 offensive rebounds and you win?
We didn't have a whole lot of them. Now, part of that was we shot a decent percentage.
Exactly.
So there wasn't many misses, but Connor Hollenbeck for us was in foul trouble and he fouled out, so we didn't have him a lot of the game. And I know one of our big freshman, Caleb Vandegrind, had a couple of those rebounds, I believe.
Yep.
And one was a huge putback that he had. So
I remember that one. Yep.
That was a big one. Big play in that game. A lot of them are. But I'd love to clean some more of those up and be a little better on the glass there too, because we really guarded them. And that was probably we've really been playing great defense the last couple of weeks of the season, and great fight on that end from our team. So it's been keeping us in every game or giving us a chance to win every time. And
that's all you can ask.
Yeah, for sure. You want to have a shot to win it, and everybody's. I mean, how exciting for you to be doing playoff basketball at the high school level, and I think at the B level for the women in the regionals, and the guys are starting this weekend with districts, and Class A is just wrapping up. Tomorrow I think might be, or this weekend anyway. And
well, it's tomorrow. They're all scheduled to wrap up as we move. The minor high games had to be moved because of weather.
And then we'll have playoffs going all around the board in basketball and some other sports.
Great
as well.
time of the year, isn't it?
It is. It's really fun. And it's great to have that. Those local playoffs, and we'll miss a little bit of the districts because we'll be down playing in South Dakota, but super excited to follow those. And
you bet.
There's going to be a good race for Class B. A lot of teams beating up on each other lately, so I'm excited for that and to see how that plays out too.
Okay, you play Northern. Right now it's scheduled, depending on what's going to happen with that storm that's going on and down in Minnesota and South Dakota. You're scheduled to be in Sioux Falls at the Pentagon. You'll take on the number 1 seed from the North Division, Northern State, but it's a team you split with during the year. You beat them big up here in Minot, 82-62, and then lost the regular season finale, 74-71 on the road. Give us a little information on what we can expect from Northern State.
Well, they're really good. They won the league, and they'll be the regular season champions. Or they were the regular season champions. I'd expect tomorrow when the awards come out, they'll have at least 3 guys that are all conference, and probably the player of the year in the conference as well. So they've got a lot of balance and a lot of really good players. They share the ball well. They shoot it well. We've been able to defend them really well and guard and take them out of some things. So we're trying to scheme up some things to throw at them again and try to slow them down a little bit, because they've really been cooking offensively. They've won 10 in a row. We were the first team to really be close to them for a long time last weekend when we played them down there. So, we're really excited for that challenge. And like you said, we got after them a little bit up here. They got a little revenge down there, and now we'll figure out who wins the season series and moves on to the semifinals. So, with Wayne's the number 1 seed in the South, we already beat them. And there's a couple other teams around there that we've been right with too. So we feel good about our chances down in Sioux Falls, and we're certainly excited to get down there. And they do such a great job with that tournament. It's a fun atmosphere down there. So we're really excited to get down there and start playing.
Well, not that I won't enjoy doing the Region 6 girls title game tomorrow night.
That's going to be a good
districts
one too.
Coming up starting on Friday. I've been to the Pentagon once with you guys.
Yeah.
I can remember the game to this day.
It was a wild one.
It was a wild one. They do what a great facility, and they do such a great job. I'm going to miss it. Matt, I want to wish you the best of luck. Game time 4:30 on Saturday at the Pentagon in Sioux Falls. If you win that one, you will play the winner of the Wayne State. Well, Bemidji Augustana will play tonight, and then they'll play Wayne State, and you play those winners. Quarterfinals basically are on Saturday and Sunday, and then semifinals Monday with the title on Tuesday. Be great to watch you on TV on Tuesday playing in that title game.
No, that'd be awesome. I'll be a little jealous of you doing the game tomorrow night. Should be a really good one, I would think.
Oh, I think it will be.
I mean, two really good teams.
Yep.
I think when you get the number one versus number ones, it's always good to see that battle. I would guess there'd be a really nice crowd, and then the district should be. I think there's probably two teams that are probably favored, but those two teams are really good, and then after that, anybody can beat anybody. You know what I mean? The other teams are good on one night and really, really good on certain nights. So you could see an upset, or you could see, the 1 and 2 seed playing that too, and have kind of a, that could be quite a battle too. But who knows? They got to win a couple games first. So.
Well, and this kind of the, I guess, the end of an era here in North Dakota with the Clear 3 class system coming next year. This is the last time we'll have the true Class B state tournaments as we known them for over the years, and that's kind of cool too.
Yeah, no, it's kind of I'm excited to get back, and like I said, we won't see much of districts live anyway, but we'll see some regions, and that's going to be really exciting for us. We'll spread out a little bit. There's a whole bunch of high school guys that we need to see play, and we're excited for that the following week before we start kind of bringing in a few visitors to campus and try to add one more guy to our program, I think, in the future. But first things first, go over to the gym tomorrow, have a great practice, and hit the road, and have some fun. It's supposed to be a lot of fun this time of year. It has been. Of course, it's a little more fun when you win that buzzer beater than the other way around. We've had a few of those too, but we're really excited to play and just be on the road and hang out with our team. It's been a lot of fun the last few days for sure.
Hey, travel safe, stay warm. We get through the next couple of days. It's supposed to get a little bit warmer on the weekend.
We need it.
And we need that too. Matt, I want to wish you the best of luck and safe travels to Sioux Falls, and let's bring home a championship.
Sounds good. Everybody get out and watch some basketball. There's a lot of good games here in the next 2 weeks, right in Minot, or not too far away, and go and cheer the guys and the gals on. And they work really hard. They deserve to have a lot of people there cheering for them and recognizing the hard work they put in to be in those region finals or in those district finals. And man, there's a lot of good talent around the area, both the men's and the women's side. So go out and watch a game. You won't regret it.
All right, thank you. The Scotty K Show live here on at the Spicy Pie. We're going to take one more quick break, Brandon. I'll come back. I'll set you up on what the PSP Network's going to be doing over the next 3-4 days into next week. But let's pay some bills. We're back right after this. Time out.
Life is all about moments. Big moments. Small moments. And those moments you can't put into words. It's how we at First International Bank and Trust live first and have been for more than 110 years. One customer, one family, one moment at a time. First International Bank and Trust. Live first.
Looking for a great place to take the family? Choose Spicy Pie. They offer a wide variety of menu items the whole family can enjoy, including jumbo slices, 18-inch pies, grinders, wings, tacos, salads, flatbread, and even desserts. Join them for Taco Thursday with discounts on all Mexican items, including $1.50 tacos. Enjoy their Epic 14 football season special. Get any one topping 18-inch pie for only $14 with promo code EPIC14. Dine in or carry out, bringing New York-style pizza to the North Dakota prairie. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
Well, welcome back here one final time on this final Wednesday night of the month of February. Again, you want to tell you that the February pizza of the month at the Spicy Pie is the Jalapeno Popper Dipper. Or Popper Deluxe, excuse me. It includes cream cheese, pepperoni, jalapenos, and bacon, all topped with sweet Thai chili sauce. Let's go through. By the way, I want to let you know there will be no Class A basketball polls this week. Usually they come out on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, but because we still have some regular season games going on tomorrow and also some play-in games for the regionals this weekend, our final polls for Class A girls and boys basketball, Class A girls and boys basketball will not be released until Monday night. So a lot of things going on. We will have Region 6 basketball, girls basketball from the MSU Dome tomorrow night. Jason Bachmeyer and myself will have the call, along with my crew with Brandon Beater, Jenny Beater, and Peyton Beater. We'll have the call in the championship game tomorrow night of the Our Redeemers rugby game. We'll start it with the third place game between South Prairie Max and Botno. Our pregame show about 5:50. And the tip-off will come, tip-off at 6, followed about 7:30, 7:45 by the championship game. Winner will move on to the state tournament next week here in Minot, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the MSU Dome. We also, on the PSP Network, will have Region 5 championship night, third place game over there. Has Washburn against Central McLean and then Shiloh Christian. Two ranked teams will battle in the title game. On the PSP Network, Shiloh Christian and Garrison. Hockey tomorrow will start at Grand Forks at the Rolf Ingolstadt Arena. 4 quarterfinal games. It will start at noon. Grand Forks Red River, the number 1 seed from the East, will take on Jamestown. 2:30 game or thereabouts will be Minot High and West Fargo Cheyenne, a game you can hear digitally right here on the PSP Network. Then at 5:30, we also will do audio coverage of the Bismarck Legacy Fargo Davies game, and the final game, Fargo South Shanley against Bismarck Century. Will follow Minot High all the way through the tournament in both the consolation and semifinal round, and then we will have semifinals on Friday night, and we also carry the title game coming up at Saturday from the Rolf Ingolstadt Arena in Grand Forks. Remember, both Minot High teams, boys and girls, will hopefully finish out their regular season. Games that were supposed to be played last night had to be postponed because of weather. The boys will be in Century. The girls at home against Century. Both teams have clinched the number 2 seed. Century will be the number 1 seed to the regional tournament, but still a lot on the line as this has become a real great rivalry over the years, and I would guarantee you that both teams want to get a win in this final regular season game. Again, thank you for joining us, Matt Murkin. We wish you the best in Sioux Falls at the NSIC postseason tournament. John Grubb and Jason Bennett, good luck to your Magi. Let's get a win and get into that semifinals at the state hockey tournament. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be fun at the Dome tomorrow. Our Redeemers and rugby for the Class B Region 6 Girls Basketball Championship will move over to the auditorium on Friday for all 11 games of the Class B District 12 tournament starting Friday, runs Saturday into Sunday or into Monday. Again, we have State B basketball next week for the girls. We got WDA basketball, boys and girls, next week. We also have State girls hockey. We'll finish that off with Region 6 boys tournament basketball. We'll have the State Class A boys and girls tournament, and also the State Class B boys tournament. A lot going to be going on in the next 3.5 weeks. So please join us here on the PSP Network and follow our social medias and all the social medias to find out exactly where and when you can get our broadcasts. Thank you for joining us. Thanks to Brandon Beater tonight. He's been my executive producer. Him and his crew will join me again tomorrow night, along with Jason Bachmeyer for the championship night at the Region 6 Girls Basketball Tournament. Until then, stay warm, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night.
This has been a presentation of the PSP Network. Thank you for joining us for the Scotty K Show. Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day. This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
We raise the bar on bar food with sandwiches, tenders, and burgers. There's more where this came from. To the greatest of all times, Buffalo Wild Wings.